On this episode of How to Do Florida, Chad tries a new twist to one of his favorite sports.
Ooh, he's running!
As we show you paddleboard fishing.
It's paddleboard fishing right there, folks.
And Chef Justin jacks up the flavor with Latin spiced amberjack and corn relish.
Really nice, simple dish with lots of bold flavors. Really yummy.
So, get your boat to run, and it's How to Do Florida.
Yeah. Hey, today on the show, we're paddleboard fishing. You gotta be kidding me.
Take it in. New Smyrna, my coastal playground and go-to place to hang out with the family at the beach. Referred to as the Fun Coast, the surrounding areas offer all kinds of outdoor recreation. New Smyrna is a great escape. Located along Florida's central east coast, it's about an hour from Orlando. Don't come to New Smyrna without checking out Canaveral National Seashores. It's a barrier island sanctuary for threatened wildlife. You can find tranquility on these beautiful beaches. You'll enjoy beautiful wooded trails and pristine lagoons.
One thing New Smyrna has a lot of, art. Behind me, the hub on Canal Street, a working artist studio. Canal Street is full of locally owned shops, museums, great places to eat, and lots to see and do.
Running right to the beach is Flagler Avenue.
Flagler Avenue.
Stroll from the river to the ocean down Flagler Avenue and take in New Smyrna's unique coastal vibe.
Here, you can get a snowball, buy a surfboard. Hey, you can even get a tattoo. There's something about this place. It just has a beachy vibe like no place I've ever been.
If you're looking for a great seaside town with friendly folks and great flavor, you'll find it at New Smyrna. Close to New Smyrna is Edgewater, home of Water's Edge stand-up paddleboards.
We're here at the factory of Water's Edge to meet up with Erie Peoples. He's gonna make me a paddleboard I can fish out of.
Step 1, get aboard.
Hi.
Hey, Erie Peoples.
He's out back in the shop.
Hey, you know where Erie Peoples is? Bubble wrap, I love it.
Don't do that. Sorry. That way.
That way? Okay. This is where boards are born. Gotta find Erie. Excuse me, Erie Peoples?
That way, over there.
Erie Peoples.
Over that way.
Woo. Erie Peoples. That way? There you are. What's up, man?
How'd you get in here?
I just worked my way back here.
Awesome, good to see you.
Just to walk back here and to see all the boards you're pumping out. I mean, the last time I left
crazy,
you,
isn't it?
that was 5 years ago. You were doing a lot of surfboards.
Paddleboards. It's the newest, craziest craze right now is paddleboarding. Anybody can do it. Little kids, grandparents, the whole family. I designed a paddleboard to fish on that is gonna blow your mind.
So you've taken fishing, paddleboard, and now they're married.
Yep.
I'm so ready. So what do we do? How do we start this?
I'm sitting Chad down with one of my best designers.
Go ahead and take a seat, Chad.
You ready?
I'm ready.
What do you got for me?
So I have some pre-designs already made up. We have our
Pre-designs, that doesn't sound very creative. You know what? No. Nice try.
Okay.
Okay. Just go with me on this ride, okay? A wave made out of orange juice, heavy pulp. I want it crashing on a sun, a manatee and an osprey having a tussle. I want lightning bolts at all 4 points firing into that sun. I'm a big fan of Rocky. I want a tribute worked into the design. No. Scratch off the manatee and the osprey. I want a gator tail whipping an orange into the sun. One more thing. I don't care how you do it. You're the designer. I'm going to leave this up to you. This is what you do. Somewhere on there, I want a mermaid tail. So is that enough to get you started?
Up next,
The board is ready.
can Erie and Adam come through?
Do you like it?
I do not like it.
And still to come, Chef Justin whips up a recipe for a jack of any trade.
Amberjack. It's Latin spice, it's got corn relish and cilantro oil.
You're watching How to Do Florida. We'll be right back.
Today, we're in New Smyrna Beach, where my friend Erie Peoples is making me a fishing paddleboard.
Today's the day. Got a call from Erie. The board is ready. So what do you think? You guys happy with it, how it turned out?
We're extremely happy.
I think you're gonna be stoked.
Let's do
You
it,
ready?
guys. Let's do it.
Voila. Do you like it?
You know what? I do not like it. I love it. Yes. Oh, it's everything I thought it would be. You worked everything in there, Adam. Oh man, I can't believe I came up with this design. Like, you took what I gave you and you shaped it and you molded it. I should be a designer. I mean, it would be a side gig besides this, but I should get into design because I'm amazed at how this turned out.
Chad had a lot of crazy ideas, but I'm really glad with what we came up with.
A great addition to the paddleboard is the custom fishing caddy.
This is really what makes it
Oh yeah,
a
this
paddleboard.
is the ticket right here. This stand here is going to let you put your tackle and stuff in, have 2 of your rods, and you can lean on this like a leaning post to take a little break when you want to rest on it as you're paddling.
The next morning, I met up with John Stiers, who's the inventor behind the fishing caddy, and he would also be my guide for the day.
Lead the way.
Still dark outside, but just turning gray. Best time to go fishing.
So what do you think, John?
I think it looks great. Love the logo. Color's great.
That morning, there was 0 wind. I mean, the water was like a tub of butter. Perfect conditions for paddleboard fishing.
Doesn't get any prettier than this, John.
These backwaters of the Indian River are a claimed habitat for trout, redfish, and even an occasional snook. Early morning is the best opportunity to catch fish on top water as they lay along the shoreline waiting to ambush bait.
These paddleboards, they are so stealthy. The fish don't even know you're coming.
Step 2, the main advantage of paddleboard fishing is presentation. You can get within inches of the shoreline. This keeps your lure in the strike zone longer.
Fishing with these big old topwater plugs, which makes fishing really exciting because when you get a hit, it's very explosive.
30 minutes into plugging the shoreline,
Just a few casts into it, bam, hooked up with the first fish.
My favorite fish, little snook. When he whacked the heck out of that topwater plug, there you go, buddy. Fishing like this all day, just standing up would be difficult, but having this backrest, it really allows you to go all day and fish. So a little bit of a balancing act here. There's a lot going on.
fishing from a paddleboard allows you to fish areas you wouldn't dream of in a boat.
Hey, John, something big moving on this shoreline right over here.
Oh, yeah.
When a fish is on, the dance begins.
You've got to be kidding me.
With a paddle in one hand, a rod in the other, the anchor, and don't forget your balance. Yeah, you'll need that.
Come on over here, baby.
Yeah. Let's
Come
do
on
it.
over here.
Sir. That's a trout.
This is what we were out here for, right?
First the snook, and now this beautiful trout. I've got 2 out of the 3 for a New Smyrna slam. Now, I just need a redfish.
There we go.
Good job, brother.
There you go, girl. Little tip when you're out here paddleboard fishing, remember, you're on a giant surfboard and you gotta balance yourself and fish and cast and turn and paddle and all that stuff, so it's a dance.
What a workout. This is cardio fishing, and at 10:30, I needed a break.
Steady.
Woo! Yeah, I need lunch. I'm getting a little squirrely here, John. This is the spot right here?
This is the spot.
All right. This paddleboard's rough on your back.
Oh. Did I tell you I know how to crack a back?
Did you hear that? Oh, yeah. That felt really good. Yeah, this is gonna help.
After lunch, I asked John to show me more about his invention.
The functionality of it is when you're paddling for a long time, you lean back on this thing, it lets you relax.
This becomes your best friend. It is just heaven to lean up against that. You got a couple rod holders here, which are really helpful.
Yep.
And you have them at a good angle too, where I noticed that it's just enough for you to fish, not catch the other pole. And they're not too wide where they're catching limbs because you like to hug that shoreline. Let's talk about this here because this is really helpful in fishing as well.
It's like a storage bag, so it gives you a great place to easily access anything you need.
Well, it's real great having it up high like that. You're not having to squat down to get a tackle box. What a way to fish.
Back on the water, all I could think about was getting that redfish.
Follow me back in here. It's a little winding creek and it opens up to a cool little basin. A boat could never get back there.
One critical tip John gave me that morning: early on, early off. Meaning the best fishing is early, and you don't want to stay out too long as it increases the chance for high winds.
And if it gets too strong, it's a real booger to get home.
Well, let's just fish. We'll worry about that later. Ooh. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, he's running. Oh, that's got to be a nice redfish. Oh, yeah, he is a fighter. I've got a big redfish on, got a pole in one hand and a paddle in the other, trying to negotiate. This fish is pulling me all over the place. There he is, sir.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nice redfish.
He came up and just annihilated that bait.
We've got a new Smyrna slam, snook, trout, and now we got us a redfish. Nice job, Chad.
With my Smyrna slam complete, I was ready to call it a day. And that leads us to step 3, know your limits. Holy moly, we got caught in a 10-knot headwind that had us paddling backwards, literally backwards. Here you can see how easily the wind can grab you. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Will you help us out? Thank you. I have a TV show, I'm very legit.
A little embarrassed to be towed back by a boat. I've never had to do that before. It's humiliating.
I feel like I've fished from almost every vessel possible, and now a paddleboard. You know, you're so close to the action, you're so close to the fish, you're in such shallow water.
It is a connection.
It is.
Yeah, it's really
What a
nice.
great way to fish in Florida.
From the backstage tour at Water's Edge, to overseeing the design, to fishing with John, the inventor of the fishing caddy, to getting my first Smyrna slam.
Look at that. It's paddleboard fishing right there, folks. Oh, and it is fine.
All in one of the most pristine coastlines Florida can serve up. Yes, indeed, this trip will go down as one of my favorites.
Top water, paddleboard fishing doesn't get any better than that.
Up next, Jack Be Nimble, Jack Be Quick. Chef Justin prepares a dish with a Latin kick.
That's right, amberjack. You're gonna love it. It's got corn relish and cilantro oil.
You're watching How to Do Florida, and we'll be right back.
Hey, Chef's got an amazing recipe for amberjack.
That's right, it's Latin spice, it's got corn relish and cilantro oil. You're gonna love it.
Chef and I are at the Tampa Shrimp Docks here at Versace Shrimp Company. And Chef, take it in. I mean, absolute gorgeous setting here.
It really is.
I mean, this is where the magic happens. These guys go out, catch shrimp, bring it back here, all kinds of seafood. From here, it goes out all over the United States, all over the world.
That's right. Through their hard work, we get to enjoy amazing seafood, and that's what Florida's all about.
And we're out here on this dock. It's a beautiful day here in Tampa. And Chef, we are working with amberjack.
That's right, amberjack.
I've caught a lot of amberjack, don't have a lot of experience cooking it.
You know, amberjack is a little bit of a stronger fish than, say, maybe your snapper or your grouper. So it'll really hold up to these stronger flavors that we're gonna pair with it today. A delicate fish like snapper or grouper is so wonderful on its own that you really don't need to do a whole lot to it. But some fish with a stronger flavor, you know, you might wanna add a little more spice to it or pair it with things that have a stronger flavor.
So amberjack is a strong fighting fish. We're gonna put some strong flavors on there.
That's right.
Chef, show us what we're doing.
Let's do it. All right, we got our pans on medium high here. They're nice and preheated. Let's go ahead and take our amberjack fillets here. Now I've got a Latin spice mix that I've already made. A little cumin, coriander, chili pepper, paprika. It's good, huh? And I'm not really gonna be shy here. I'm gonna get this.
Yeah, it's more of a rub there.
Yeah,
Chef?
it really is.
Rubbing it in there.
All right. I'm just gonna put some oil in my hot pan. All right, get these fillets
I love
in
that
here.
technique you do there.
All right, so we got our great Florida sweet corn here. So I want you to go ahead and take the kernels off for me.
Wait a minute, one at a time, what am I doing here? This is a 5-minute segment here, Chef.
Why aren't you cutting?
Give me a tool, give me something to work with.
Okay.
Here.
Good luck with that.
What is this?
This, you want to use a serrated knife, I found is the best way to take the kernels off the cob. There you go, you want to lay it down flat? Yep, just like that. Very good. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little more oil. And I'm gonna get my onion going.
You want the roots or just the tops?
And then my Florida sweet peppers are going in. Let that cook. All right, let's go ahead and give our fish a flip. Ooh, yum. Nice and crispy. All right, so our peppers are good. Yeah, let's get it in.
All right, here we go.
Beauty. Not bad, not bad.
Nice and sweet. Right in the
And then, well, we got popcorn.
Yeah, something popping. Is that what that was? Ooh, can I do a
Yeah, go ahead. Give it a try. Give it a try.
So I want you to judge me for height. Okay, I'm gonna try to go high. At the same time, I'm gonna try to keep the corn in the pan. Okay. He's getting a little nervous.
Don't make too much of a mess, please.
Hey, okay, we're out here on a shrimp dock. We just sweep it off. Okay, we're fine.
Okay, 8 inches. You lost 4 kernels. Easy.
I'm trying to get at least a foot.
All right, not bad, not bad.
I'm walking away.
Pretty good.
Walking away.
Pretty good. This smells really good. You can smell the corn, nice and that sweet kind of aroma, and then you've got this spicy kind of strong.
What do you got going on?
Well, you keep getting you got the corn in the wrong pan
is that
here.
what's popping?
And it's popping.
Okay, do we need goggles on, or are we gonna be okay?
Yeah, I think we'll be okay. All right, so our corn's almost done. So lastly, we're just gonna add a little scallion, a little bit of cilantro.
Wind's picking up out here.
It is. Cilantro going in. Just spread it around on the board there. Don't worry. I think we can take our corn. I'm gonna put this down.
Now, do you eat on plates like this at your house, Chef? Or is this
Yeah, I have funky plates at my house. Okay, we got our fillet of amberjack.
That is amazing, Chef.
Get on there.
It's like a big piece of plantain. Look at that.
Oh. And now what I have here is a little bit of cilantro oil, simply cilantro and olive oil that I've immersioned up in my immersion blender, or you can use a regular blender. Just a little bit of oil and a little bit of cilantro. You want your little corn in there?
I want the corn in there. Just a pop. It looks good, it smells good. Chef, what you've done here, the corn, you've got all kinds of stuff going on down here as a bed, and then you've got just a beautiful looking amberjack, a lot of Latin spices in there. It looks great.
That's right. Really nice, simple dish with lots of bold flavors.
Man,
really yummy. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it too. Good stuff, Chef. Really good fish. For this recipe, and many more like it,
Go to howtodoflorida.com.
You're watching How to Do Florida, and we'll be right back.
Ooh, the flavor? The grouper sandwich. The flavor's creator? The square grouper in Cudjoe Key. Ooh, oh my goodness, you've got to be kidding me. The grouper sandwich. It is the workhorse of the seafood platter. It starts right here. Oh, it's about a 2-pounder, and it's going to be amazing. Oh, this is the perfect vessel for seafood. Here it is, right here, the grouper sandwich, and it's waiting for you. This is a have-to flavor when visiting the Florida Keys, the grouper sandwich. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Another bite. Well, that's our show. I hope you learned something, but more importantly, I hope you feel encouraged to get out and do Florida.
For more info on this episode, go to howtodoflorida.com, where you'll find bonus how-to videos and all of Chef Justin's yummy recipes. And be sure to check out our Do Florida page, which is our giant list of events and activities all over the Sunshine State. Yeah, you should check it out.
What kind of stance is that?
there is
That's every day.
foam everywhere.
That's every day.
And you cleaned up in here.
What are you doing?
This is the golden swan. Stretches the lower glutes.
You're gonna end up hurting yourself.
Ah! Yeah, I'm done. I do not like it. I love it.
Yeah, right there. Oh, yeah, perfect. Yes.